Okay, so now so we've worked out how to do it, so we don't need to keep this thing here. Let's kind of we've got the rhyme bin now set up, and all we need to do is in the HTML of the rhyme, we'll get rid of this rhyme bin works, and we'll look again at the app component HTML here at the top. So this is the stuff that essentially we want to actually put inside the rhyme bin. So let's do that here. Okay, so we'll do div and we'll put all of that inside the HTML of the rhyme bin. Now all of this will be completely useless at the moment because none of those things exist. So you've got to transfer all of these all these variables, like for example syll counts, the list, the number of syllables, the current syllable count. So let's, and that all basically comes from get DM rhymes. So let's go back into app component.ts, and so let's so show rhymes. So show rhymes by syllable, get rhymes, show rhymes by syllable, this DM get rhymes. We need all of those functions. So let's just check we're getting the brackets right. So we'll copy all of those functions. We don't need the synonyms because remember that belongs to the synonym object. That needs to be deleted, to be honest. So we'll cut those. Okay, and we'll put them into the rhyme bin component.ts. We'll get rid of this handle because we don't need that anymore. So we've got all of these variables that don't yet exist here inside the rhyme bin component. So let's now kind of take them from app component.ts. Let's take all of these various variables relating to rhymes, rhyme by syllable count rhymes, to show we don't need synonyms. So we'll cut all of those, and if I now put that into rhyme bin component.ts, let's put that here. Okay, so now current rhyme query, we'll need current rhyme query. So again, we'll take that from app component.ts. So current rhyme query, we'll need that, and put that into okay, and we need, of course, we need the data service. So now then we need to, when we do the constructor, we need to inject the data service into this rhyme bin object. So if we just do the same thing as in fact we're going to do in the syn bin. So if we look in the syn bin and look in the constructor there, we'll copy the constructor there. Notice there, that's how they're injecting the data service in. So we'll do that as well inside the rhyme bin. Okay, and gradually we've got DM rhymes. So now we've got a kind of data service DM rhymes. It needs a few kind of imports that it hasn't yet got. So again, let's go to app component.ts, find all the imports that it needs. So it'll definitely need DM word and data service. Not sure about anything else yet at the moment. So let's go to the top there and paste in those things that it needs. Again, we need to kind of say it's coming from a parent folder, not from DM word. It's not coming from the word chain folder. In the same folder, it's coming from the parent folder, and that should solve that. And now DM rhymes. So we haven't yet got DM data DM rhymes, so we'll need that as well. So we'll again look into app component. There's DM rhyme from word chain, so I'll copy that into the rhyme bin here. And again, it's dot. Oh yeah, and we don't need DM word because that's to do with synonyms, so we can take that out. And but then we've got the question of get DM rhymes, which was normally called from and when it was in the top level here, it would say called DM rhymes, and it would be handled here in the app component.ts. But now we need to be handled by the rhyme bin. So let's kind of now put rb dot get DM rhymes, because that now it's now kind of doing it to those. So let's get rid of this HR, and then we've got a very elegant looking, very minimalistic piece of code, it seems. I'm not absolutely convinced this is going to work, so I've done this quite quickly. Let us see if it does. Let's do a file save all, and we'll go to the browser and see what it's like. So I'm going to do fast yet again, And as I might have predicted, it hasn't worked. Let's go to more tools. Oh no, it was just a bit slow, just a bit slow. That's all there was the problem. So now if I click on, well, yes, okay, so right, it's yes. So it's working absolutely fine, except we haven't added the CSS which will make those objects correct. So all we need to do that is just, let's go back to the coding, and we need the CSS that's in app component. Although it's slightly doing, there should be a way, to be honest, of doing this, but I'm just doing this quickly for now, of not repeating. I don't like this kind of repeating of stuff here, but needs must when the devil drives. And now if I do it again, fast, get synonyms, swift. Oh, it's I didn't save it. That's the problem. Oh no, I did save it. So I put that into the sin bin, which is not where I wanted to put it. I need to put it into the rhyme bin component.css. Paste it there. Control S, and finally, I'm hoping now this should work. And if I do fast yet again, and then click speedy, and now you see, so the whole thing now is working. It's just entirely as we've as it should be. There are some things, some elegance issues here, and some tests that ought to be run really on this code before we. But as you see now, by the use of components, what was a kind of like, it wasn't all that inelegant, to be honest, the initial page, but as you see now, in the top level app component, all we have is an app sin bin, which has a kind of a simple kind of like event that it listens to called selection changed. Whenever that happens, it just passes the event, which is a string, the actual text of the rhyme, that's the word that's been chosen, and then that get rhymes is run inside the rhyme bin. And then, as you see now, so now it's all gone into two objects on the screen, and we've got now three classes. What that means is that now we've got kind of a much greater scope of how, for example, we display stuff. It'll, for example, if we wanted this to be kind of side by side rather than above, it'll be very easy to just do some kind of bootstrap column stuff to do that. And it's now altogether a kind of a more manageable app to work with and debug the most variables. And I suppose the only one thing we didn't really do at this point was to tidy up app component.ts, which has still got a load of stuff in it, which really is now no longer necessary. I'll keep the title. We don't need get DM synonyms. We don't even need a data service in the constructor. We'll just leave the constructor exactly as it is. And then, so now we've got a thing, and we don't need any of these imports here. We've got something very, very simple, and let's check that it does still work. And there it is, and that's fine, as you can see. And so there it is. I hope you've got a sense of the power of components in Angular, how components can communicate between themselves, and how you can simplify and make more elegant your code by their use.